on. Okay, I think it's working. Finally. Okay, now. I mean, it is a rather unusual time for this sort of thing. I mean, actually, before I begin, one detail. Um, oh wait, wrong setting. Prop on a. Come on, fix. Come on, stop. Where's the dial? Okay, I don't think it's possible to fix this in as well live. Cut. Quick check to make sure it's actually possible. Okay, quick adjustment. Almost. Aha. Yeah, not perfect, but it's working. Okay, now. Rather unusual. Set of events this time. Very unusual. And not just because of the slight difference in how things are being displayed. But no. Rather because of the fact that it is August and a double feature Nintendo Direct has been announced for tomorrow. Sure, Indie World Showcase is fairly normal for a for an August airing, but a partner showcase, that's typically the sort of thing that you find in September. So what's going on? So, I guess there's much to discuss on this this month's edition of in August 2024 September Direct Speculation. So, I guess the first question to answer is why? Well, I mean, that is hard to say. Could be a particular release that doesn't really fit Partner Showcase or Indie World. Could be that the announcement that people have been anticipating could actually happen within the next couple of months after all. I mean, people have been saying that the next Nintendo Switch might be announced soon. Though I still prefer the idea that it's next year, and this year will in favor of this year having one last hurrah for sales of the current Switch. Yeah. Maybe I should have set the footage to 10 frames per second. All this lag. Yeah. Anyway. Now, with 2 directs.
Hi.
That's in some ways that's twice the possibilities, but in other ways not so much. Now, I mean, the question is, come on now. Yeah, overshot it. Come on, I need footage to overlay. Just so I, if nothing else, have some music to cover up the noise. Get on horse. Yeah. There. Just One more adjustment to the camera, if it will allow. There. Come on now. Too far. Overshot it again. There. Now, maybe I can just have this go on autopilot for a bit. There. Now, enough stalling. The question is, what could we see at these directs? Or, now of course, one of them is Indie World Showcase, so there's honestly not much that can be assumed with this because, well, Indie World Showcase are probably the most unpredictable of them all. So, what could we see? Well, personally, I'm expecting, let's see, $60 to $70% of it. I expect to be entirely new or unknown games and studios. Yeah, because here's the thing: how do you predict what could be showing up if the developer, if the studio in question has never been part of an Indie World Showcase before? Maybe known in other circles, but what if not usual? What if this is the first time? I mean, there's usually quite a few titles of interest for Indie World Showcase. But otherwise, of the ones that are known, what could we expect? Move that out of the way for the moment. Actually, well, I mean, there are a few names that have been thrown around. For one thing, a a new yeah, a new shovel knight. Title, I expect. For given the giving the 10th anniversary. I mean, there have been talks of, there have been hints to this from the developers, or so it would seem, according to the rumors. So it would make sense that there would be a new Shovel Knight announcement. On that note, let's see. I mean, how long's that bow been out? Anyway, where was I? So, this I was told was meant to release a few days ago, but couldn't be certified in time. So, perhaps I mean, it could be as a direct, given that it could have, as the certification could have been resolved in the time since the announcement that it was delayed. Or alternatively, we just get the new get the new release date. But then again, it's possible that Direct's been ready for a couple weeks, and therefore Hatch Tales could have therefore been omitted from from the list of potential releases or potential announcements. I mean. Otherwise, what else do I have on the list? Well, a recent favorite. I mean, I haven't heard anything saying that it can't come to Switch, so it would seem that it would be a shoo-in for the Direct, or for Indie World. It's a little late to clarify that, but may as well. So yeah. this recent favorite very well could happen. It seems to be the sort of thing that it is plausible to happen. Mm. Now for a couple of items that are not as likely. I mean, let's see. First, I'll list the percentages. I'd say that there's a 40% chance at most. No, 30%. And maybe a generous 40% for that, given that it was strong. It seems to have been strongly implied that there'd be something. Oh, oops. So 30% chance of that one. So no, I'm actually gonna give that a bit of a higher one. Yeah. So what else could we see? I mean, not to put pressure on the studios, but I don't know. I mean, this seems to be the sort of thing that could have been ready for a bit, but just being saved for the direct. So I'd say about 20%. Yeah, maybe 27%. Otherwise, yeah. I mean, this one, I suppose, could have been done in the background. I mean, I think it did well up on everything else to potentially have a port outsourced, but on the other hand, it's possible it could be one of those. It could be one of those things where it's being saved for the next system. Plus, we've never really gotten anything for that franchise at a direct. It's always just released on its own. So let's see. I guess. I don't know. And of course, there's all. And of course, let's see. I guess there's one other title. Oh, that has. Oh, that. Well, two actually. No, that one's probably already released. So, yeah, I'm not going to mention Shantae. I'm not going to type in Shantae Whiskey's Revenge on account of the fact that I'm just not sure if it's actually released or not. Yeah, we should probably. I mean, Whiskey Revolution. I'd say Shantae Advance. I'll show it too. But I guess it wouldn't take that long to quickly look it up. Um, so, Oh, looks like it got delayed till next year, so yeah. Oh. So yeah, I'd say that there's a good 30% chance that it might be advertised at it's either or the Indie World portion or the Partner Showcase portion. Despite the fact it would technically be reiterating on what we've already known. And last one, the one that many people are thinking. Oh, why is there a space there? So, yeah.
The blood moon rises once again. Please be careful.
Oh, should probably switch back to the to here to make sure everything's still going as it should. Yeah, seems to be. So, yeah, thinking 60 to 70% as a recap before I move on to the rest. So 60 to 70% of Indie World Showcase I expect to be out of left field announcements, many of which are from uh, many of which are from studios you've never heard of. Or a few surprises from somewhat familiar ones. I mean, Hollow Knight is something that's been heavily implied to potentially happen. Hatch Tales, hard to say given the timing, but I'm giving it a low percentage just on account of timing. I guess there's not as... Anyway, so... 40% and chance for something for something from Yacht Club Games. About 25% chance for Hatch Tales given the timing. 40% chance for Crow Country given that it's a shoe-in. Yeah. Have to think backwards when it comes to these cameras. Anyway. So, I'd say 20, a no more than 27% chance of Deltarune, but I should probably lower the ad even farther. Down to wrong key. A 24% chance. No. 25. Oh wait, what's happening? Outrun those bokoblins, hopefully. Hopefully the pathfinding is good enough. Anyway. So... Okay, I think I lost him. Now I know for sure the speed is set how I want it. I want a nice, slow journey. Nice and slow. That way I don't run out of road before I'm done. Yeah. So anyway, where was I? Let's see, so, no more than 25% chance Deltarune. If 20, so, and a, 20% chance of Bendy in the Dark revival, given how complex it is, and the fact that I'm not sure if it sold all that well on Switch. Yeah, what's going on now? Hey! Oh, great. Now I have to fight this. Hey. Come on! I have to fight this buffoon with a whole bunch of lag, all because I had to knock me off the horse. Hey! Just keep the camera still long enough for me to win. There. Would have been a lot faster if I could just... had the camera, had this thing work without lag. Hey. Come on. I think that's all the loops. Now where now is wait, where's Epona? Yeah. Um you have to rewind time and just run away from that. Run away from that murderer. Assuming I'm moving the right direction. Actually. Yeah. If it's ahead of me, I'll just speed up. But I don't want to fight that nuisance. There. Just wait for it to... Now, put the thing back on there and hope that you haven't damaged the cord too much. Yeah. Because of some... Well... Okay, it seems to still be in working order. Anyway, where was I? Oh, right. So, 20% chance of bending the dark arrival. 30% chance of risky friends, but only because history of it showing up. And All Night Silk Song, you can't rely on at all because it's notorious for not showing up when people expect to show up. That's all I was going to say before that nuisance had to ruin everything. So, of course, worth noting that Hollow Knight could show up at either side of the direct. But enough of that. Not again. What's going on? Where's the mouse cursor? Ugh, can't I have a... Yeah. Yeah. Come on now, you bullies. On. Just let me walk. I said attack. Oh. On. Now, load. Draw sword. Instead of getting beat up. I said sword. Now. There. Shouldn't have been that difficult. Stupid lag. Alright, where did opponent get off? Ah, come on, back. Back. On. And for now on, go just fast enough to keep up with, to just outrun the bad guys. hopefully. Now, about further interruptions, maybe I should just have a few smash instead. Have a bunch of computer players fight each other. Now, I've said what I think might happen and could happen based on what seems logical for the Indie World Showcase. Now, what about regular Direct? Well, obviously, I should have mentioned this earlier, but we can obviously rule out anything first party. Because, well, it's just a partner showcase, so sure, I guess we could potentially see Advance Wars 3+4 reboot camp, given that was made by, given that that remake was done by Way Forward. But despite the fact that the DS titles needed the most, it's doubtful, and I don't think Advance Wars the Advance Wars remakes sold all that well. Anyway. So, what do we have that could happen? Let's see. First, I should probably cross off the ones I've already typed in. Let's see. Remove that. There. So, as for what could be there, I mean, obviously, despite the fact that the next Nintendo Switch is likely on the way, there are plenty of games that were still would have still been in development. For the Anyway, plenty of new Switch or no. There's still plenty there still would have been plenty of titles in development for the current model. So, I guess time to go over the rumors and possibilities. Of course, I should mention I am a bit behind on the goings on at the rumor mill, so might not be entirely up to date on the pulse of the leaks and rumors, but I have heard a few. For example, Gothic 3 has been said it would be on the way. Which makes sense. Likely would be made reusing the same using the same resources as the first two. I think we can slow down here. Yeah, really need a way to just check in on both. Actually, um, yeah, just yeah, not a perfect solution, but that should hopefully solve for the nonsense of having to switch between windows all the time. Nah, never mind. It, anyway, far. Anyway, so yeah, Gothic 3 strongly rumors to be at the direct. So I give it a 50% chance. So, I mean, strong probability given the yeah. Maybe I just have the opponent just keep running. Anyway. Actually, was it Gothic 3 or Gothic 3? I'll just keep it at that. Anyway. This next one is one that's just crazy enough to potentially be true. My Sims. And there were some listings that showed up. And some other details. So it would seem that there is indeed a strong chance that EA could be having My Sims ported to Switch. Or remastered for Switch. And possibly some other systems as well. But it is EA, so hard to say. But, I don't know, I'll give it a 37% chance. Oh. Come on. What's going on now? on. Turn camera. Back. Back. Ah. Not again. Rewind time, all because of stupid goblins, and I can't see both windows at the same time because one unloads the other. Yeah, probably best to just do Smash for now on. At least then I can see. Okay, so where's the trouble? Come on, you should have been able to get able to. Oh, you were programmed to follow these paths, right? So where's the trouble? Where did you mess up? Yeah. It's taking far too long and I'm barely halfway through, all because of technical difficulties. And have to keep and now I have to do the watch the part that I'm not supposed to have to watch just to find out what went wrong. Water? Seriously, why do you run into the water? Go back. Back. Come on, the water is not supposed to be your path. Why do you go? Why are you defaulting to here? Oh, get out! No! You're supposed to go straight! Ah! Stop! Enough of the slideshow! Just want something. Okay, so go back a little. mean, come on. What? How did that slip through the cracks? Come on. Is there another path I could send this horse down? Let's see. Wrong button. Farther in, not farther out. Now, other stick. Now I've lost my position, all because I had to lag. No, come on now. So, assuming I'm, yeah. So, yeah. So, yeah. There's the problem. I keep going straight when I should be turning left. So, just need to move down this path with haste and slow down as soon as the fork shows up. Turn camera. Hey, come on, it's bad enough that I had. This is late because the stupid camera is colorblind. Not to mention, not to mention a potato. Use the arms like, okay, slow down. Now, listen here, horse. I said, stop. Now, reposition. You are going to cross the bridge. Hey, stop moving the camera so much. And you are not going to be done in by any more puny enemies. I don't care if it's a silver lion now. Stay alive. Got that? Good. Faster. Now, no further interruptions. Need to finish this up, something which should have taken only a third of time. Now, okay, so where was I? Oh, yes, my Sims. 37% and 30, not 37, 35% chance of happening, given all this information saying it's going to happen. But if EA is turning over a new leaf and actually releasing software, then it's reasonable to assume that perhaps another long-rumored item could finally be on the way. That being Mass Effect. Yeah. This has been part of many a ratings board leak. But where am I? Anyway. Oh, yes. Nice and safe. Just wander around Kakariko Village. Nice and you can't get into any trouble here. So anyway, if my Sims is actually happening, then it's possible that that might not be the only EA owned title to be showing up. Who knows? Maybe we could get SimCity on SNES Online. Doubtful though. But either way, I'm giving this a 30% chance of happening, just on account of the ratings board or leaks. And while I'm thinking of it, I'll raise the likelihood of my Sims happening. Ow. Wait, did you leave Kakariko? Oh. That's it. Rewind back to when you were in Kakariko. And stay there. Should be an auto save. From there. Now, is to enter Kakariko Village. And find a place to park. Rotate camera. Rotate camera. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. I'll have to tap gamepad every once in a while to make sure it doesn't, or the system doesn't just go on to new power saving mode and gray the image any more than it already is, but yeah. Anyway, enough foolishness. So, yeah, I'd say a decent chance of, I mean, if the rumor of my Sims is true, then there's a good chance that Mass Effect may finally come out of the woodwork. But I wouldn't count on it. So, that's one more thing crossed off the list. Next on the list, however, I think both of these are by the same studio. Fantasy Line. Oh. Yeah. This was announced a couple weeks ago, announced a week or so ago to have been delayed. Meaning that there might be, that this direct could, therefore, explain, or disclose the new release date. And if they had to revise the Indie World show, no, if they had to revise the direct for this, it's possible that that increases the chances of hatch tails happening. So, yeah, I'd say that there's a good chance of this happening just on account of it being given an opportunity to get a new release date. So, %30 chance. Also, sometimes I forgot to list this, but Professor Lane and No. Yeah, really need to get this keyboard fixed. I mean, we could see more information about this as a direct as well. I mean, wouldn't put it past Nintendo. So, I'll give this one a modest 25% chance. Yeah. Then again, 25 might be a bit too modest, but then again, maybe a bit too moderate or much, but hey. I want to have more headroom for ones that have even less of a chance. So, what else? No. Hmm. So, just trying to decide what order to actually mention things in. I mean, there have been rumors of a new Mega Man title. So, I suppose that could be something for the direct. But is an announcement of a new Mega Man title? I mean, is the partner showcase of the right scale for that? Yeah. I don't know. 30% chance, perhaps? I mean, I'm just going off of rumors that have existed for a while. So, yeah, I'd say 30% just given the rumors. But of course, it's also likely that the final, at least what might be the final, or maybe it's penultimate, final or penultimate Legacy Collection for Mega Man could be released, just to get it out before the Switch is over. Of course, there's still Legends, but hard to say what's going on with that one. Not to mention, it's a lot harder to re-release the 3D games compared to 2D ones. But on the other hand, it's also possible that too many resources are being taken up with trying to get get Ace Attorney investigations out the door. So on that note, I'll give it a 29% chance. It might be a bit generous. No. Give both. I'd say between the two of them, it's a 30% chance of one or the other happening. So, if anything, it's more like 15% for each. So, yeah. I mean, it is plausible, but it might be too soon given how soon we got, given the fact that we still haven't even in, but then again, it's possible it's different teams working on it. Who's to say? Okay, what else have I on this chart? Well, I guess speaking of legacy collections, I mean, it is getting close to that time of year, so there are two collections that could have potentially that would fit the theme of the upcoming time of year. I mean, a collection for the three Castlevania titles from the Nintendo DS, possibly with the remake of Castlevania the Adventure included. I mean, there aren't really that many options. And it would be a period correct item to include. While still, not deviating from the theme too much, I hope. So, given that there's no word on whether or not this would be happening, I'll give this no more than 25% chance. Of course, there's also another one I've been saying might happen. In the Silent Hill Master Collection. I mean, would it really be that much to ask for? I don't think it would be that far out left field. That far out the realm of possibilities for Silent Hill to be released on Switch using the same engine as Metal Gear. I mean, the first one would be. I've said this before, but first one, PlayStation 1 ISO. Second and third, just the Master Collection, and all over it, just the Master Collection again. But maybe with a few minor changes. I don't know. I'll give it a 23% chance. So I'll scratch both of those off the list. Of course, one thing that's more likely, in theory, I mean, these have been somewhat consistent in their releases, so it might be a time the next one got announced. But on the other hand, how much of Aspire, or how much of, on the other hand, how many resources will be taken up by things like Gothic 3 or the remaster of this. So, I guess hard to say. But regardless, Doc. But regardless, I mean, things like this, I mean, have been relatively consistent releases, so okay, so it's not entirely mirrored. Yeah, so things like this relatively consistent, so I consider it fairly likely, assuming that other remasters aren't taking up too many resources. I mean, Race Revenge is one that I could see happening. Perhaps, perhaps the Force Unleashed 2. Probably should have grabbed one off the shelf. It's a bit too far away for me to reach. But either way, given the track record, I'd say a decent 30% chance. So, beyond that, let's see. Probably move this up a little so I have more room. Now, let's see. Other potential candidates. I mean, this title seemed to sell well enough to warrant to potentially warrant a remaster of the others. So maybe enough time's passed that Bandai Namco could have it ready. I don't know. So, wrong key. I'd say 27%. Also, this one, even low, I mean, very low chances given how in not being there. Yeah, just anything Tekken. Might seem absurd to keep saying that it has a to keep saying it has a 7% chance of happening, given the fact it never seems to happen. But then again, as soon as I gave up on Marvel vs. Capcom, it happened. But maybe I'll... No, I should probably leave it at 7%. Yeah, low chance of happening, even by my ridiculous numbers. But yeah, I'll just remove the 0. So yeah, very low chance of it happening, but I'm writing it down regardless. Of course, one more thing I'll put down. I mean, just as because this is a partner showcase doesn't mean we can't have something that's loosely Nintendo. I mean, this has been rumored for a long time. And something that's part owned by Nintendo because Monolith Soft, but mostly owned by Namco. There have been rumors of it being in development, of a remaster being in development for a long time now. So, could we see the rumors come to fruition? Maybe. So, I'd say no more than 10% chance of it happening. but there have been rumors, so I can't entirely rule it out. But I still say that as far as Monolith Soft's next project is concerned, it's actually Xenoblade Chronicles X. I mean, a 10th anniversary edition, releasing next year. But of course, we won't see that announced at this direct. But I did say February would be when we would probably see it. So, if nothing else, tomorrow's direct being a partner showcase, if nothing else, would at least make it that much more likely of me being right on that account. Monkey again. So, scratch Xenosaga off the list. Although if I saw that earlier, I would have put it in a different spot. Just so I can have the two fighting games together. Yeah. In fact, I'm going to rearrange these even further. Move Xenoblade Chronicles up higher on the move Xenosaga up higher on the list. Again, just so the themes blend together. Move it higher on the list, but keep the low percentage. And, well, I'm at deflate the percentage of this one. Oh. So, what do I want next to Tekken? I mean, SNK seems to have been hinting at something, so I don't see why it wouldn't be possible for there to be something for the King of Fighters at the Nintendo Direct. But on the other hand, I can't imagine what. I mean, all the King of Fighters games are already available on Arcade Archives. But I guess maybe a compilation of those could be what's planned? Or maybe there's a King of Fighters game that was released after, that was released somewhere between the newest one and 2003 that is not on Switch yet. I mean, separate or alongside originals through 03. I guess that would potentially make sense. Hold on. Put that back up anyway. So, yeah. given in that it, given the heavy implications of there being something, I'll say it's 20% chance of there being something. Though I'm probably wrong. In fact, this whole thing's wrong. So, yeah. Beyond that, not even gonna bother or looking up to see if it's released or not. Or if I spelled that right. But I'm just going to assume that if something else, it will probably be in the sizzle reel. So, 15%. I mean, it's getting closer to the release. Not to mention there's going to be a trailer for the film tomorrow, or so I'm told, so yeah, there could easily be something for this, meaning as I don't think we've gotten any footage of the Nintendo Switch version yet. Or anything that's verifiable as such, I should say. So, I'll put that down at 25%. And forgot to write down the name of that mobile game that everyone seems to want. So, I'm not gonna bother with that. Beyond that, I'm trying to think. Anything else at all? I mean, surely there's something. Something that I'm forgetting. But what? What am I forgetting? Yeah. And I think that's just about everything. All the things that are probably wrong with lofty percentages. Well, except for 2 items. I mean, it's possible that this could be discovered to be able to be squeezed onto the current Nintendo Switch. But on the other hand, would But on the other hand, would Bethesda bother? Would Bethesda bother at this point? Even then, it might be too early to tell. So I'll give it an 11% chance. Beyond that, I mean, surely by now they've had time to do something for Fallout. But I wouldn't count on it. And of course, on one hand, yes, there is that contract that was signed that says that it is supposed to be coming to Switch, or at least a Nintendo system, but it was heavily implied to be Switch. On the other hand, hard to and could be holding out for the next Switch at this point. So I don't know. 15% at most. I mean, even if they can't get the newest one on there, I mean, it's possible that an earlier title could be made on there, or it could be released. I'm just saying, Microsoft promised, but will they deliver this generation? Who's to say? And yeah, that's everything crossed off the list that I wrote down. So can't really think of unless I think of something else. I mean, oh, there are two other items I didn't bother to write down. First of all, I mean, let's see. Actually, just the one item. I don't need all this clearance for it. Yeah, I'd say that there's a good 50% chance that we'll get something for Nintendo Switch Online. Obviously not GameCube, given the fact that it's just a partner showcase. I mean, Sega CD or TurboGrafx-16 has a better chance, I guess. But yeah, but definitely a solid 50% chance of something, because there are plenty of third-party games from rights holders proven to be willing to have games on Switch Online. So therefore, I don't see why it couldn't happen. So, on account of that, I'd say, yeah, could happen. I mean, plus, so far we're 2 for 2 for a Rareware title being added to Nintendo Switch Online during one of the directs. And of course, as you might be able to see, yeah, I should have thought this through better. There are plenty of titles that could potentially be added just from Rare alone. I mean, plenty of titles from this is very difficult to do. Think backwards. Yeah, I mean, Salome, that's the least likely to happen at this particular time, given that that seems to be more of a winter item. Anticipation? Honestly, don't know why that's not on Rare Replay. So, assuming there's no licensing issues surrounding that, that would be a shoo-in. Likewise for Pinbot. Of course, Digger T Rock, I'm pretty sure is already or is something that's on Rare Replay. Probably High Speed as well. RC Pro Am 2, likely. So yeah, that's plenty from just the NES alone. Add Battletoads and Double Dragon to the mix. Something which, come to think of it, I should have looked into if there's anything from Arc System Works that could be. It was rumored. Yeah. But either way, that's plenty, right there. Of course, Conker's Pocket Tales and might be a bit. Then again, might be a bit too soon for the 2 Game Boy Color titles. And of course, we just got, and of course, uncertain about expansion pack tier updates this month. I mean this update. given that we already got on a Game Boy Advance title this one, so hard to tell if wait, is the word gold being cut off? I have to check that. Yep, gold's being cut off. Oh well. So, I guess the question is, well, I guarantee we'll probably see at least one of these titles show up. Yeah. So, the question is which one? And what else could be added? I mean, plenty is on the table. Obviously, but of course, if it's something for of course, if it's something for Square Enix uh, or Taito that you desire, forget it. Doubtful for EA as well, given that EA would have likely had plenty of time to allow something on there. But again, with My Sims being dusted off, possible EA is turning over a new leaf. So, oh yeah, I mean, this is almost 2 hours long, so yeah. So plenty of ideas. I mean, and depending on what we get for Nintendo Switch Online, I mean, we could even see, I don't know. I mean, there are some N64 titles that could potentially happen, such as, I mean, most notably from Capcom, but yeah, hard to say. But anyway, to wrap this up, and as a reminder, this is what I said for the Indie World Showcase side of things. But of course, wait, maybe I should lower the chances just to even the battlefield. Yeah. So, Gothic 3, 47% chance. My Sims, 37% chance. Mass Effect Legendary Edition, 27% chance. The Girl Who Steals Time release date. 30% chance. Come on, don't freeze up on me now. Professor Layton in the New World's theme, 25% chance. New Mega Man title, in I guess 30% chance. Likewise for Star Force, but it's one or the other. Don't know why I gave these ones such a high percentage, but yeah. Castlevania DS, Silent Hill. I mean, hard to say with his Konami. So, the Spire port, 30% given the track record. Xenosaga, 10% given his obscurity and low sales back in the day. Pac-Man World Repack, 23%. So, I'm going to raise it to 25. Tekken, 6% given the fact that for some reason, with the exception of Smash, there is absolutely nothing at all for Tekken on Nintendo Switch. Nothing. Why is that? Outside of Smash. I mean, come on. I mean, we had one on the Wii U. Why not on Switch? But then again, I suppose eventually we'll probably see Tekken Advance on Game Boy Advance Online. Anyway, getting back to this, King of Fighters, I am for 30th anniversary, probably 20%. Lucky Squire, probably about a 15% chance at the most for appearing in a sizzle reel. Sonic X Shadow Generations, maybe I'll raise that to a 30% chance. I mean, this will probably be the last chance to show off Nintendo Switch specific footage after all. Yeah, Doom the Dark Ages, 11% just on account of it probably being too soon. Fallout, 10% just on account of the fact that you think Bethesda would have done something by now. Call of Duty, 15% chance because we can't trust Microsoft to keep their word. And a 50% chance of no, I'm going to raise it. A 60% chance. No, that's too high. A 55% chance of something for Nintendo Switch Online happening. Yeah. And that's all. I mean, I have nothing more to say on the matter. I'm probably very much wrong on the majority of this. Haven't been paying as much attention to the leaks and rumors as of late. And yeah, doubt anyone's gonna. Is there even anyone? Is there even anyone watching? Sure, there's one bot in the chat, but otherwise. Although, does this staticky image look better or worse with the saturation higher? The saturation is a bit on the low side by comparison to this telephone on the laptop screen. But then again, which one's accurate? Hard to say. One said to have it the telephone said to be HDR compatible. Laptop was built before HDR, so hard to say. Or so I assume. Either way, I'm wasting time. This is over 2 hours long. I should probably shut this down and get this online. I'm not even gonna bother doing any editing to it. Just gonna drop the whole thing, because what am I gonna do to shorten it? Also, hopefully, I can sort out a way to have the chroma key work out properly. Really just need a new lens for that camera. Hopefully the new lens will be enough to fix the noise. But then again, I guess there's nothing wrong with the footage being in black and white. Well, mostly. Yeah. Hold up something like this and yeah, there's color here. There's a hint of color here, so I guess no. I guess I could just lower the set so try to add more color or take away the rest. Nah, I'm wasting time. Alright, now back on horse. And just gonna let this play out. Cut.